I just want to preface this and say, this is not a hate video. You can love something but still admit that it has flaws and criticize it. This is not me in any way trying to bring them down or anything. I am simply providing my thoughts and opinions, nothing more, nothing less. Now, as you all know, I was eagerly anticipating the debut of Hearts2Hearts. Ever since it was rumored back in 2023 that SM would be making a new girl group. I was excited because SM always cooks when it comes to their groups, especially for their debuts. SNSD, FX, Aespa, and of course Red Velvet. I love all of these debuts, some more than others, but usually 9 times out of 10 they're hits. Songs that I will forever go back to no matter how much time passes. So when I heard Hearts2Hearts would have a dreamy sound reminiscent to groups like Red Velvet, FX, specifically Shadow, and NewJeans, oh my god, concept. Oh, I was sad. And the release of the concept film made me even more excited. In the 2-minute film, we get a taste of what to expect for this debut. Light and soft colors, unicorns, lacy bows, stars, and doodles of flowers and butterflies hand-drawn by the members. The retro aspect ratio and the handcrafted visuals evoke feelings of childhood and nostalgia. Of course, the visuals and set design isn't the only thing we get to sink our teeth into. Much like the many concept films that came before, there's commentary that further establishes the concept at hand. The word map and the phrase chase your choice is repeated throughout the entirety of the video, with many images of forks in the roads, maps, and transportation, specifically buses. In the film, the girls talk about how every day we make choices that lead to different moments in life. The phrase draw your map refers to choosing to follow your dreams and create your own path, and not following the map that may have been presented to you, and instead creating your own, thus actively choosing to create the moment of their dreams becoming a reality. This sentiment of chasing your dreams by creating your own map is echoed in the lyrics of The Chase. Hop, my adventure. I'm taking the first step. It's all a mystery. I want to know more about it. Crop, I let my heart cut a piece of the fantasy. Sparkle, sparkle. I think I just saw something. This is the first step, wherever my heart wants. There I want to go. The dream has already begun. I love the way you love the chase. It all sounds cute and exciting. But then you look at the concept photos for the single and all that potential is wasted. It's cute but nothing to write home about. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's your run-of-the-mill pop school girl photo shoot. In this batch of photos we see the girls in a school setting, looking at the environment around them with curiosity and intrigue, like they're staring off into the unknown. In some of the photos, the tables are set up in a way to suggest that the girls are at school after the normal school day is over. The photos don this intense colorful lighting and the girls are either seen interacting with lacy bows or crowns. I get what it's trying to do. The stars and the lacy bow present in some of the photos, and the overall school setting. It's trying to portray youth and nostalgia, but it just all misses the mark. They just slap them into a school set and call it a day, missing what made the concept film have that nostalgic charm, placing a heavier focus on those handcrafted elements we saw in the concept film. SM is clearly trying to have that soft dreamcore look, so why not make it more dreamlike, expand on the fact that the school setting takes place at night, and have more wackiness to it. Maybe take a page out of Red Velvet's book and make the set design slightly creepy and off-putting. Something to at least add interest to these otherwise uninteresting concepts. There are some standouts, in my opinion, like this. The contrast between the light sources and the composition. Pictures that have intrigue. We should have gotten more photos like this. The second batch of concept photos aren't any better. It takes place in a bus again, trying to convey that nostalgic feeling, but it doesn't do anything creative. Maybe instead of a random salmon-colored background, we could have made it be set in night with stars decorating the bus, with stars representing ambitions and new beginnings, perfect for the other message this project is trying to aim for. Chasing your dreams. The video teasers somewhat make up for the lack of interest in the set design. The composition, in some of them were cute, my favorites being Jaiwoo's, Yeon's, and June's videos. In some of the video teasers we see glittery star stickers floating around the screen. I thought it was cute, but I was confused on why they didn't do that for all of the teasers. The idea was cute, but the execution was poor. I think doing something like what we saw in the mood sampler with the little sketches of four-leaf clovers, bows, and dragonflies would have been nice, with the sketches representing youth, luck, and transformation. I also think some more interesting composition would have added more interest to this otherwise boring set design, and leaning more into this Girl Scout vibe we see in the physical album packaging. I would have loved to see more teasers like the ones shown on screen, having them be more immersed into the setting, interacting with each other instead of looking straight into the camera. Maybe one of the members could have been doing homework, and instead of it being math or science, it could be the questions we see in the beginning of the concept film. To reiterate the ideas and choosing your own way in life, they did reference the concept film by having one of the photos be a cropped image of the bus number, only showing to 296 being related to the Greek word amphidon, which means street or crossroads. It can also mean a fork in the road. I think this was a clever callback to the concept film, and I think things like this should have been more leaned into. Also, decorating the school bus to be covered in star stickers and star confetti would have made these photos a lot more interesting to look at. Make the bus look messy like an actual school bus. No school bus is this perfectly clean. Add some drawings on the windows, juice boxes, and snacks everywhere. This batch of photos end up with the girls standing in a plain white background. And in these photos, we get a closer look at the outfits that we saw in the bus concept photos. A lot of these outfits have ribbon, bows, or stars scattered all over the clothing. This is intentional. The ribbons represent femininity and anticipation, while the stars represent purity and ambition. Again, calling back to the ideas presented in the concept film. I think both these concept photos had good ideas, but were just poorly executed. I think the mood sampler does a way better job at portraying the ideas the photos are trying to. While I don't love this mood sampler, it isn't as bad as the concept photos roll out. And finally, we have the final batch of concept photos, taking place in an empty field and the woods. I think the only positive takeaway I have from all of these concept photos has to be the color grading. While it's not anything special, I do think it achieves the dreamy feeling that I think the editors were trying to capture. The composition or photos again aren't anything write home about. I do appreciate the symbolism in some of these photos. The horses may seem random, but they represent freedom. And freedom is often associated with youth and empty fields like where the photos are taken. And that's kinda it. Overall, I think these concept photos really suffer from the lack of unique or creative set designs. They try to add more interest in the backgrounds, but it kinda falls flat. There were some standouts though. I do like some of the composition in some of these concept photos, but that's only a couple of them. The rest of the concept photos feel plain and flat with nothing to make the viewer feel intrigued by the concept. They don't do anything new that we haven't seen before. Concept photos are arguably as important as the music. They're one of the first things we see in a comeback and debut. It's a chance for the group to show us visually what they'll be bringing to the table. And unfortunately, the team just didn't deliver. The concept of chasing their dreams by creating their own way is amazing, but I feel like the concept film does a much better job at portraying this concept. The Chase Your Choice concept film feels like an exposition to what's to come. The final scene having a bus pull into the driveway, and the music video opening up with us at that bus with the girls getting off of it in this new mysterious area. It's a pretty strong opening to the music video, but that's like the only thing I like about this music video. The editing is cute as well, but there's no clear storyline here. It starts off with one but then abandons it halfway through, destroying the established themes from the concept film. And look, I'm not expecting every group to have lore or mini-series explaining a convoluted storyline like Aespa, but using visual storytelling in the MV to keep the viewer more engaged would have been nice. It's just all okay, nothing outstanding, which is a shame because it could have been cute. The questions and ideas that they brought up in the concept film are actually super interesting. They hinted at diving into topics like making choices and how every small decision leads into different outcomes. I mean, just look at the list of questions that are shown in the first few shots of the concept film. Who will I become in a place I've never been before? Do I need a map or can I just follow my heart? If I draw my own map, will it become real? Can this very moment be my new beginning? Which way should I go in a crossroads? Does every step we take write a new part of our journey? All of these are such interesting, thought-provoking questions about our daily choices in life and how they can affect every single moment. Questions that could have been answered or at least addressed in the music video. They sorta try to do this, like with that scene that was just shown where they repeat the scene but it leads to a different outcome. And it was cute and I wish we got more of it. Maybe we could have done a ditto type of thing with 2 different music videos but with different scenes and outcomes to highlight the impact of the choices they made to get to this point. And listen, before you comment and say, well, it's a concept film, so obviously the concept is gonna be more present in the concept film rather than music video. Well, I agree and disagree. I feel like a concept film should be laying down the groundwork for the rest of the project, establishing the ideas that we will explore in either the music video, concept photos, or music itself. The concept film is the question, and the music video and music should be the answer to that question. While I feel like the lyrics did a great job at working with the ideas that were presented in concept film, the music video and concept photos unfortunately fell flat. Also, the color grading is so dull. Maybe they're trying to have that camcorder look, but I personally think making it more saturated, and just adding an old grainy texture would have been way more cuter. But that's enough of the concept stuff. Now let's talk about the music itself. Produced by the hit girl group Flow, Hearts2Hearts' debut The Chase is a dreamy, chill R&B song with a funky 808 that's persistent in the whole song, and dreamy vocals with beautiful layering. While I do have my complaints with this song, I have to say I am honestly obsessed. There's something so addicting about this song. Maybe it's that bass, or dreamy melodies scattered throughout the song. Or maybe it's the background vocals. It's so catchy. However, it does fall a little flat to me, particularly in its bridge and chorus. The chorus and post-chorus blend into each other a bit too much. Instead of feeling like a complete chorus, it just feels like a pre-chorus and disjointed any drop with no payoff. It's genuinely so hard to pinpoint where the chorus ends and post-chorus begins. The bridge is not any better either. It feels like it's building up to something, a high note or impactful final chorus. But it just doesn't. It just fizzles out with no payoff. That's kinda how I can sum up my opinions on the music. The B-side isn't anything too outstanding. outstanding either. It's not bad, but it's cute. The title track is definitely the best out of the two. While their debut isn't bad, it's definitely not amazing. They presented some amazing ideas and concepts, but none of them feel complete nor fully realized. They had the idea, just not the correct execution. The music, while amazing in my opinion, does leave a lot to be desired, feeling more like a good pre-release to a new mini instead of a final complete debut song. But with that being said, I am seated. This is only the beginning of their journey, so I can't judge too hard. With time, we will see how Hearts2Hearts develops their concept and sound, and I'll be seated for the rest of the way.